You willing to stand in front of the world and say, this is my man, I guarantee you, my man ain't gonna cross me. Because your wife's, your daughters, see, is something that most men want to acquire.
Oh, man.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
That part. Gentlemen, take notes.
Courtroom packed with tension, a mother on the brink of collapse, and a jaw-dropping DNA result that rewrites everything we thought we knew. Doug was left speechless. But when the test revealed Chris Weber as Chantel's real father, Jackie couldn't even stay on her feet. What secret has been buried for decades, and who really knew all along? Stick around, because this story gets darker, deeper, and far more twisted than anyone expected. If you thought you knew the full story behind Chantel, Doug, Jackie, and Chris Weber, think again. This scandal didn't just rock a family, it shook the courtroom to its core. Today, we're diving into a web of secrets that involves decades of deception, courtroom drama, and a DNA bombshell that no one saw coming. Why did Jackie collapse when the results were read? What was Chris Weber doing involved in this case in the first place? And how could Doug have missed the signs that his world was about to be flipped upside down? In this video,
So here we go. As you can see, the brother Doug Christie, all right, former NBA player, played for the Sacramento Kings. Him and Chris Weber, they were teammates for years. They both played for Sacramento. And, you know, they say Chris Weber was going over to his house. They was hanging out, and Chris Weber was sleeping with his wife, the woman Jackie, who's on the Love and Basketball. She act like she's like untouchable, like she don't do no wrong. She be calling women 304s and all this stuff. And here she is, the head 304. So her and Doug have multiple kids. I guess one of the kids, they don't even look alike. Like one dark, one light. And one of them looked like Chris Weber, and one of them looked like Doug Christie, to say the least.
You know what? No disrespect to these gentlemen I don't know nothing about, but money can't unlame you. And I guess height and physical ability can't either. That's wild. That's one thing about professional athletics. It is very dog eat dog. Like, yeah, I don't even know how to navigate that. Like, to be in that level and have a woman like that around other guys like that, and y'all ain't solid, it's over. Like, I grew up them wolves.
So she cheated on Doug Christie? She cheated on Doug Christie?
Yeah. She's a raging
all the way back then, she cheated on Doug Christie. And all this money, all this time later, she didn't do no kind of no paternity test or nothing, huh?
Well, she was hiding. They were hiding it from her husband. She knew the truth. What do you mean?
Ooh.
And Chris Weber knew the truth too.
Yeah. Everybody knew, but even I guess Doug sort of has suspicions. But he like, my kids don't look alike, but my wife can't be cheating on me. But
yeah, but this must have been early in their marriage, right? Early in their marriage, right?
It don't even matter. But yeah, obviously early. They in their 50s and 60s now. Obviously.
Early in the marriage. I mean, early when they first got together, this happened, or
okay, so I got the story wrong. Jackie is 3 for 3. I'm gonna correct my video tomorrow, but Jackie is 3 for 3. Her first baby's father, Takari, the dark-skinned daughter, belongs to a nug in prison. I originally thought she belonged to Chris Weber, but she was introduced to Doug Christie when she was about 3 or 4 years old. Okay. Jackie knew Chris Weber before she married Doug, but Chris and Jackie never told Doug that they had fooled around or knew of each other. They were teammates at the time. Jackie marries Doug and has Chantel. Chantel belongs to Chris Weber. Obviously, they kept booty clapping sounds while she was married to Doug.
So that would be the first son or the first child that Doug thought was his.
Yes, the second daughter.
Then they went on and had another kid, which is actually, but yeah, his first child out of the marriage is not his kid. Long story short.
Did the daughter know?
Well, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna let this keep going, then I'll pull the other video up.
Signs that his world was about to be flipped upside down? In this video, we'll walk you through every twist, from the mysterious early connections between Jackie and Chris to the moment the paternity results shattered everything. You won't believe the clues hidden in plain sight. And just wait until we reveal how Chantel reacted when she learned the truth. This is where it gets real. So grab your seat. At first glance, Doug and Jackie seemed like any other couple trying to raise their daughter Chantel in a world full of distractions and temptations. Their dynamic wasn't perfect, far from it, but they had a rhythm. Doug was the provider, steady and reserved. Jackie, on the other hand, was intense, outspoken, and fiercely protective of Chantel. Their family wasn't picture perfect, but it was intact. Or so Doug thought. Behind closed doors, whispers followed Jackie. There were quiet rumors, stray comments about her past before Doug, about a certain friendship she once had with a very well-known athlete. Most people brushed it off. After all, Jackie was a different person back then. She rarely talked about her life before Doug, and when she did, it was vague, controlled, sanitized. Chantel, meanwhile, had always sensed something off. She didn't look much like Doug. Her features were sharper, her build more athletic. People mentioned it, but Doug would laugh it off. She takes after Jackie's side. But when Chantel...
So people would tell him, like, man, that baby don't look like you. He'd be like, oh, look like my wife's side of the family. You know? I mean, this dude, look how Doug Christie got some strong features for who he is. So his kids is going to come out sort of fairer skin, I would imagine, looking like him. He got some strong genes. And the baby came out, Chris Weber is a ninja.
Men don't say that loosely and lightly. For men to look at a friend or, associate and be like, hey, brother, that kid don't look like you, that's heavy. Yeah, because that is, you don't say that. It just if you say lightly, like it's a warning, brother. I got some concern for your well-being. Hey, brother, that kid look like the ninja that just left. They don't look like you. Like, just get DNA tests and pray for you.
I mean, that's DNA test should be mandatory. Let's just put that out there. DNA test should be mandatory. You shouldn't even have no problem figuring out who the baby daddy is. If you the baby daddy, you shouldn't have no problem with all of that. That being said, something was wrong with him. If he saw a baby come out, I'm light-skinned, and the baby come out and the baby is dark-skinned, I would automatically have a problem with what he got all this money. Why you didn't have no DNA tests all these years? Why didn't you have a DNA test?
Well, I would say shout out to the brother, but I would say Doug Christie is the original simp. I can remember watching that Basketball Wife show, 15, 20 years ago, and my only thought was like, this dude is a simp. Like they said, he was the provider. She was all spending his money and real aggressive. She wasn't attractive. And it was like, what's the deal with this? He was just a simp.
Yeah, he's soft.
I bet you he knew. He didn't want to face it. I bet you he knew.
He's just a more softer brother. Like, and I believe these dynamics work less assertive. Less assertive men need to get with more brutish women. That's how that works. They like that.
Chantel started getting into sports.
Go ahead, Raquel.
I was gonna say, so before Basketball Wives ever even came out, the league used to talk about him because every time he scored, he would do like a hand signal to Jackie in the crowd and let everybody know, like, I'm with her and this is for her. Like every single time he did something good on the court, he credited Jackie for it. Like they did some kind of like hand thing to each other. And people would be like, why does this man do this for this woman? And that was like the talk of back then. And so for this now to be coming out that his teammate that he was doing that in front of was smashing Jackie, and she was having his teammate's child all while he was doing that. And y'all, check this out. Every year for their anniversary, she makes them get remarried.
What? Well, yes. I would say I don't feel bad for Doug Christie. I would say that to all men right now and women. This brother, don't feel bad for him. He married a baby mama. Rule number one.
Yeah, I'm going to say that in my video tomorrow. Yeah.
He's a whole NBA millionaire. So if you fell for that and the way she's treating you, she would tell this brother, you can't go nowhere without me, but I can go places without you. Like they had like these kind of rules. It was real weird. It was cuckish almost. So.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yes. Shout out to the cuck. That's cuck.
Especially basketball, Doug couldn't ignore a strange feeling deep in his gut. She had a natural gift, raw talent, court vision that seemed familiar, too familiar. Still, no one said anything yet. It wasn't until Chantel got older and started asking questions about her biological background that cracks began to form. A school project about ancestry was the innocent spark. She asked Jackie for baby pictures, medical history. And Jackie? She froze. Her voice shook. Her answers were clipped, contradictory. Chantel noticed. But here's where it really gets interesting. Jackie warned her, almost in a whisper, don't dig too deep. Some things are better left alone. That statement stayed with Chantel, and it was the beginning of everything unraveling. Chantel couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Jackie's evasiveness had triggered something deep inside her. This wasn't just teenage curiosity, this was instinct. That night, after their strange conversation about family history, Chantel sat on her bed scrolling through her phone, typing and deleting messages, unsure of how to even begin what she was about to do. And then, with a hesitant breath, she ordered the DNA test kit. She didn't tell Jackie, she didn't tell Doug. She waited patiently for it to arrive, brushing off any—
So here we go. So she sort of was proactive with it. All right. This didn't just come out to literally now. This stuff is just now. They all grown. Jackie, Doug, these people are 60 years old. This kid is probably 30 something. And they're just now doing this test. And now Doug Christie has sued Jackie and Chris Weber for like $4 million. And he won, I think. I think they both owe him $2 million apiece for all. I mean, he had a list of everything, the private schooling, the health care. He wanted his money back for everything.
A $250,000 Sweet 16 birthday party that Jackie threw for her daughter, knowing that this daughter belonged to Chris Weber.
My thing is, if she was 18 when she went to get this DNA test, then they should have known before that, right?
No, she wasn't 18.
She was way past 18.
As we are speaking, this is active.
Oh, this is
Why you be acting obtuse? Where's your angle? What is your whole angle issue?
I heard her say a school project, and then I heard.
What are you trying to get at? It's like you got a straw man, but where you going? Land it. Where you trying to get?
That's what I'm saying. I heard her say something about high school. Does high school be on a high school project?
All right, so let's say
that's when the doubt started creeping into her mind.
Let's say she was 18 years old. Now what? She was 18 when she found out.
Then why is it coming out now if that was the case? But that's not the case. So that's not the case. It's coming out now. I just don't think it took this long for them to figure this out. That's all.
Stuff was kept secret. We said that this lady Jackie actively kept this a secret. The daughter inquired, I guess, a while back, and Jackie said, "Don't leave it alone." This mom here was running the show, so she kept all these secrets, sexy secrets.
So why she didn't get along with that girl? I understood my understanding. She didn't get along with her because of that.
No, she didn't get along with the first daughter, and she sent the first daughter to go live with her grandmother. So her first daughter was raised by her grandmother, and she didn't have the best relationship with this daughter because this daughter didn't understand why her older sister didn't live with them, why Jackie treated them differently. So it put a strain in their relationship. But she's saying she never trusted her mother, and she had good reason not to, because Jackie was showing her weird things and then saying stuff like, don't dig too deep. Well, it's like if you see your mama doing all these egregious things to your big sister, and then she starts telling you don't dig too deep into your family history, and you know your mama is a 304, then you're like, let me go get my DNA test so I can see what's really going on. Sure. And that's what she did.
That part. So I'm gonna let this play for a minute, and we'll get up out of here. Corey Holcomb touched on it. Hit the like button.
This is your specialty.
What do you mean?
This whole Doug
You
Christie.
know what happened? What happened?
So this is what I heard. I ain't did a lot of reading. So apparently the chick that he's been with that came up with the whole Basketball Wives show concept, Jackie had cheated on him with Chris Weber and had a baby that is now in her 20s. And she basically lied and had Doug Christie thinking that this young lady was his daughter, when in all actuality it was Chris Weber's baby.
So that's real news. Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's what I heard. That's the, I don't know all the details, but that's what I heard. I can't corroborate it.
Is this the woman who wouldn't let him go nowhere without her? Do you know what I'm talking about?
From the show?
Well, I'm talking about, I remember this player, Doug Christie, had a wife that would not allow him to go nowhere without her.
Wow, yeah, this is her.
Can somebody do you like that? Can somebody tell you, you can't go nowhere without me? Can that happen?
That happen, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, but now okay, because now it's not.
He sued.
Last I heard, I didn't know that it was confirmed or not, because I know that he sued.
Went to court.
To find that out. He filed a lawsuit against multiple parties, Weber and Chris.
He won $4 million, and she's paying.
And shout out to Corey. He said, can he do that? Can she do that? Here's what I'll say to men. Women will do whatever you allow them to do. It's just that simple. However long you allow that rope and that leash, they just gonna keep running like a dog. You know, the dog's got the one leash. If you press the button and then just let them go, if you just hold the button down, they gonna keep going. They ain't gonna stop and say, all right, that's too much leash. Let me slow down. No.
They're gonna unwind that thing and keep on going that part.
Paying half, and Chris Weber is paying half. But the whole dramatic part about it is Chris Weber would be over there all the time. They said, and the daughter said that he would be over there, like every time he seen her, he would be emotional and crying. You know,
who?
Chris Weber, because I guess he's.
Well, we see Chris Weber cry a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, this made Chris look kind of weird, man. You know what I mean? Honestly,
so he would be over where?
He'd be visiting them,
going to their house,
teammate is
acting like he's visiting with Doug, but he just over there to see his daughter. That's her father.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
And the daughter came out and said he would be crying. She basically disowned her mother and Chris Weber. Like, hey, y'all foul. So she sided with Doug. Like, this is the only father I ever known. You guys are foul.
Let me ask you a question, Craig.
Yeah.
If I came to your house and sat down more than twice in a week, would that be weird?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? What you?
Yeah, because
I love you, Corey, but what you doing at my house?
All the time, right.
I mean, that's why, yeah, man.
What is a man? Okay, I know a couple of guys that I allow at my house, but I don't have a wife anymore at my house.
Right.
It's a different atmosphere. Right. But if you have a woman at home with you that you love, why is another man over there with y'all more than
once a year?
I was just gonna say more than twice a month.
I mean, even if they're buddies, because they were teammates. So let's say it was during the times that they were playing.
It's only one Christmas. So unless it's a Christmas twice a month, what the fuck are you doing here, nigga?
Listen, that's a whole rabbit hole. I would say, listen, you can't be over there over somebody's house all the time and unattended for. Like you said, if you were over somebody's house, you should be talking to them. They say he would be over the house, playing with the kids, and people disappearing for hours. You don't know what's going on. They in mansions. They in California. They in these big old houses.
And that's why I want to give some context on the mandatory DNA. Definitely give it some context. Yeah, if you are rich like this and you a man, successful, and you away from home days, weeks on end, yeah, I don't care how tight you think it is, especially if there's some cracks in the ice on your relationship, you might want to have to hurt your lady's feelings and ask for that DNA test, because these instances can't keep taking place. And it typically seems, I can't say it's always the more affluent and rich folks, because the poor then just get it too. But the rich men, they got more to lose. Nug don't care about being fake stepdaddy, stuff like that. But these affluent men, y'all better figure it out, especially if you know you're a simp at heart. And yeah, baby mamas, it's so much mistakes. You right, like, golly.
And I would say the net of it, him and Chris Weber were not real friends like me and Mr. Walker are friends. We've literally known each other almost our whole life, to where somebody like them, they were teammates. They met each other when they were 26 years old, and they were in the NBA making millions of dollars, and they became teammates as professional millionaires. It wasn't too much there to stop something like this.
There you go. No depth. There was no feeling of death before dishonor amongst these guys. Like Miss X said, they done got together. They done got their portion of the King's gold. They done been through their pecking orders. There's nothing really there. And yeah, I grew up, played football with guys like that. Like, you don't leave this ninja around your lady. These ninjas ain't got no morals. And it just is what it is. And fellas, just take note. Don't end up being a Doug Christie. Don't end up being a Will Smith. Please, a Travis Hunter.
Man.
God, we could do all the shit somewhere else, but man.
So he faked being even closer to him only to do that, to see his kid.
My neighbor cussed me out.
That's crazy.
You know why my neighbor cussed me out? He lived on the other side of the porch. Because he always invite me over and I'd never come. Right. He was a Caucasian man also.
Oh, yeah.
And I know what happens with me. I'm not even saying nobody else. I know what happens with me. Your bitch gonna wanna give me some pussy. When I'm around people and the women get to know me, they wanna give me some pussy. This is what I know for ever since I've been 30 and up. Ever since I've been 30 and up, if your bitch around me, I'm worried about her doing one of these laughs. I know what that laugh is. You can't have real niggas around your family unless them got some real ties with you that's like, you willing to stand in front of the world and say, this is my man, I guarantee you, my man ain't gonna cross me. Because your wife's, your daughter's, see, is something that most men want to acquire.
Oh, man.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
That part. Gentlemen, take notes. Yeah, y'all better stop bringing people around y'all ladies when you know you are a less than man. Some men have struck gold with the women. They be like, you might be a dude, got a girl with a big butt, but you just a regular guy. And you bringing men that she like around. They gonna sleep with her. A lot of these guys, y'all ain't friends. Y'all need to stop this stuff.
This is the occupational hazards for women taking up professions like athletic trainers, being around any profession where women are around generally attractive and desirable guys, especially athletics. I'm telling you something, there's no resistance for these women. They can't resist. They're around men. They like how tall they are. They like how athletic they are. They like they swag. They like they gravitas. There's no defense at all. So then you got these women that are around the most elite men, and it's like a 304 in the candy store. She just gonna be grabbing all the meat she can.
Black pills. This is crazy.
If they can. If you don't know that. So who you got at your house is hey, meet me at the Starbucks or something. What the fuck you coming over here for?
Shit, nigga.
My family is here.
Somebody is saying.
Do that make you insecure?
No.
Okay, if you think so, you be the fool and let the streets sit around you and your family all day. You'll find out.
Somebody was saying.
Somebody said, "What about game night, nigga?" I don't play no motherfucking games. That's what you mean.
Will you tell them, Craig?
You guys are.
It's a game a nigga playing that's trying to be at your house more than you want him to be.
Nigga, we can play game night at your house, nigga.
Wait, somebody brought up the.
That ain't real nigga shit. Game night at the house.
Game
The
night is
fuck
what
outta
out of towners do when they move to LA and they ain't got no LA friends.
Wait, somebody brought up the visuals that look at the kids, but then in some pictures, yes, you can tell that the older daughter when they were all little is way darker than both parents. And then in
First
some
of all, if you got a woman trying to tell you that you can't go nowhere without her, that bitch is absolutely crazy.
in some other ones she looks lighter. But anyway, yeah, she is darker than all the people in the family.
They got a picture of her?
There's several online.
Man,
I mean, you can see, you just look up Doug Christie's children and you can see all the kids.
And I don't know if Doug Christie still lives around here, but I seen Doug Christie out.
Like, that's an old one of them when they were younger.
He didn't know, is that the little dark girl?
Yeah, that's the first.
That little girl gonna call a timeout when they somewhere, and they ain't got nothing left.
But when she got older, she's lighter.
How did she get that by you, Doug? You're one of the best defenders in the history of the league, nigga. How did she get a little? I mean, I'm looking at this picture.
But that's a little girl.
That
What's
was when
that?
she
Is that
was-
an older picture, D?
No, when she's older, she looks a little more lighter.
Man, you can't let people in your house to pee sometime. When somebody in your house, they invading. So I done let people in my house that I shouldn't have let in my house. But like I said, ever since me and my wife don't live together, I don't give a fuck. Said my house is disorganized. It's clothes everywhere.
Corey Holcomb, a clown. Here we go. I mean, he hitting some truth though, man. Y'all want to just be bringing anybody around your house. And as men, you should draw boundaries. Y'all shouldn't be in somebody's house the man ain't around. Like, y'all be doing wild stuff late at night, drinking with people's old lady. All right, while they sleep or something. You be like, what? Where Charles at? He back there asleep. I'm drinking wine. You want a glass? Like, what?
It's egregious. It's absolutely egregious. I, like to tell, young men when it comes to these situations, whether you're having folks over or, your ladies, baby daddy, whatever y'all getting into today, guys like to think that the other man is shorter, not as suave. Don't think that way. That's gonna get you in trouble. That's gonna get you overwhelmed. If you need to think, if that woman you dealing with got your attention, she most likely got the attention of a guy that's comparable to you. So you start bringing these guys around and your ish ain't tight, just good luck. I done seen things go way south. Listen here, college gave me a heck of an experience. I learned that women are way more slick than men. I done seen women cheat on a dude and he just don't even know. Right in front of his face. Introducing the dude. We up on college in campus and dudes come up, visit their girls, and she like, hey, these my buddies. And it's just
What the fuck? I ain't got no shame.
But that's the wife.
Letting people around your family, you have to be very careful who you let around your wife, because everybody wanna fuck your wife unless your wife look like you. And you can't win with an ugly woman. If you got an ugly woman, do you know how hard your life is gonna be? If your woman is ugly, she is gonna always hate you for that. And she was ugly before you even met her. So what you do, you get your little wife you chose and you lock her in the house like Black Snake Moan.
Oh, that was crazy, that movie.
You just can't let your girl run free. Now that picture is pretty disturbing right there.
Stop.
Hell to the no. To the no, here to the no.
Look at Jackie looking like she on that booger sugar. But yeah, that's the kids there. So the dark-skinned kid, that kid looked like Chris Weber, and the other one looked like Doug Christie.
Okay, right. But I got it wrong. The little girl that Doug has his hand on, that's Takari. She does not belong to Doug. He met her when she was 3 or 4 years old.
So that's not the Chris Weber baby.
The Chris Weber baby is the little girl sitting next on Jackie. That's the Chris baby Weber. Yes. So that's what I was like.
I think everybody's thinking that.
Yes. So I have to redo my video to say that I understand it now. Jackie's 3 for 3. I thought she was 2 for 3. I thought there were 2 baby daddies, 3 children, but each child has their own father.
Lord help.
Yeah, a nug Chris Weber.
Doug Christie's a whole NBA star. This brother like 6'6". He a whole NBA star.
But Jackie had 2 NBA players on the hook, and look what she did. Even with 2 6'6", she still lied to pin it all on the sucker. So it don't even matter if you have money or not. Fellas, if you are a simp, you are going to get got. Period. Doug, not only, look, he came in and he was taking care of her and her first child from a nug. They told her.
I'll say this. I'll say respectfully, look at the brother. Hell, I don't know if he had too many options. He looked like he got dragon breath. I don't know what his options was, but hell. Jackie
knew that she could have this man tied to her for as long as she wanted, and she could do whatever she wanted with him. That's why she made him remarry her year after year. That's why she kept him away from all of his friends, all of his family, isolated him. Corey just said, how can somebody make a rule that you can't go nowhere without him? It's because she was, the whole entire time, she was covering up the fact that she was sleeping around with his teammates. And I'm sure Chris Weber wasn't the only one. But dang, you sleeping around so much with your teammate's wife that she has a baby? You know the baby belongs to you? You go and see the baby and cry because you know the baby belongs to you. And this lady tells you, don't you say nothing. And you don't say nothing. So why is Jackie so powerful over men that are 6'6"?
Well, I'll say this. Shout out to the movie Sinners. Jackie may practice some type of witchcraft.
I believe it. I believe that she does. And I believe that those weddings that she was doing every year was a way for her to cast her spell on him.
Because that's wicked. Yes. I'm like, she makes him devote his love to her every year. It's almost like she is being relinquished of her past evil deeds. Like, you marry me every year.
It's like a repentance. It's like you go to you're washing yourself of your sins.
But he's doing it. The power is he's doing it.
Yeah.
She's like, you gonna do it. You going to exalt me of my sins from this last year, or giving away your kudakata.
Or she could just be dealing with simps, and she likes dealing with simps, and she's in charge of all the simps. Ain't no way no man's supposed to walk up in the house and find out this woman had your baby, knowing that she trying to hide it from everybody, and you ain't no simp. So Chris Weber was a simp. Doug Christie was a simp. Probably every other baby daddy that she got was a simp too.
Well, I would say two things is true, Aisha. I think we all agree that Doug, we already stressed it, but we ain't taking off the table that Jackie is a witch. That's what you trying to do. This is witchcraft, H.Q. We ain't absolving her of that.
We know we ain't we taking accountability. Everybody got to take accountability for this. She's trash, all the way, with the other men, the other men simps.
Amen.
They got to take accountability for that. It ain't no witchcraft. You just a simp.
Yeah, it is.
See, you see how she got that at the end?
His fault. Jackie did nothing wrong. Here we go. Hit the like button.
I just said she was
that's a
trash.
disturbing picture right there.
Now that they say it, I think the little girl right there. Even
I mean, like, I'm keeping it real. Dude look like a doofus in that
He
picture.
do, man.
When
That's
people who mouth be open and smiles like that. If your mouth is open like this,
I can't.
that's lack of intelligence smile. And look at the old girl. She looked like she up to something in the picture.
God. Oh my gosh.
That is wild.
The smartest one in the picture is the little light-skinned girl.
Because you know that ain't a real sister. She's like, this bitch.
She looking like it's some bullshit going on behind me right now.
This motherfucker, man. I can't. So his oldest daughter, so they had two more kids that she stuck in the pocket and had two more kids to lock it in. That's wild.
It's crazy, dog. This world is crazy, and you can't save people, man. You got to let them go through it, man. Look at his son. His son looks just like him now.
He looks different right
He spit his son out.
Yeah, they got the same ears.
Now, the little dark girl, what's she at? She ain't in that picture, is she?
That's the girl to the right with the red on. That's what I'm saying. When she got older, she looks lighter.
Hold on.
No,
that ain't the same girl. You out your mind, D. That's the little girl smiling at the bottom.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, so they had another one. They had
The darkie wasn't allowed in the picture.
I cannot with you. Maybe she was married already.
She got a chauffeur outfit on driving the car over there.
I cannot with you.
A Christmas babysitter. That's what they thought.
The lady still got the same wicked smile.
See, I thought that was all their kids.
Are you serious?
My bad.
What is wrong with the world, man? I would go to the store for a loaf of bread and never come home.
Dog, that is weird, real shit.
The other little girl ain't even in the picture.
That's wild, man.
I don't know.
They need a movie.
That's the same.
The
Christies.
Christies.
Same little girl. See, and she's still tan right there. But that's
Who? That ain't the look.
Yes, that's
Darlene,
the same.
But that ain't the picture. What are you talking
Chris
about?
Weber's daughter for sure.
Yes.
Where?
The little darker girl.
With the light skin.
Where's the little? Yeah, in the first picture they show, but I'm talking about they got the darkie out this picture.
She's not in a lot of. There's a lot of pictures where she's not in there. Then this is not her. So you're right.
Where's the picture of the girl older, D?
I'm trying to find her.
I mean, we giving this too much time. This is a sad story.
Yeah, that part, Corey. So yeah, like Raquel had mentioned earlier, the daughter said that, you know, Chris Weber would come over to the house when they was kids and pick her up and cry. He said he would always be so emotional when he would come over the house. He would just be crying all the time when he would hug her and hold her. And she was like, she always thought it was weird. You know, she's like, yeah, why are he always over here crying when he picked me up?
And then your mama say she tell you not to scratch too much because she don't want you to find something. That makes you kind of put two and two together. Like, why my mama don't want me to ask questions? Why this man crying every time he see me? You grow up and you start thinking like, what the hell? So I'm glad she went and got her DNA kit. You know, she should know who her father is. That's trifling of a woman to do that. Trifling
to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this is 70% on Jackie, 30% Chris Weber.
Pure witchcraft.
So there we go. That's about as much as this situation. We're gonna put the whole thing in the pit. It's just it's a lot. We'll see what goes on. I guess, like you said, he got the $4 million. They gotta pay him. We'll see if he get his money.
He said it could be more, Gavin. He said that they're gonna keep calculating, that the number could change for because they're still investigating, they're still uncovering things. Yeah, so he said it could be more than the 4 million.
Yeah, we definitely gonna keep our eye on it. In the meantime, to the pit.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get bright.